Thank you all for taking part in our commencement ceremony, an occasion to mark the completion of one journey and the start of another. Before I address our graduating seniors, I want to thank all those individuals in our seniors' lives that have helped them reach this important milestone. Seniors, if you could please take a moment to thank your family and friends who have supported you these past 13 years of your education. They have been with you since you were first learning to sound out words and hold your pencil correctly until now, helping you study all for AP exams and finals and memorizing lines for the school play. So please join me in a round of applause for your wonderful parents, family, and friends. I would also like to take a moment to give thanks to the dozens of teachers and staff members who have devoted their lives to support you in achieving your goals. You are graduating today with the skills you need to thrive in whatever your next steps are because of these individuals. So please join me in another round of applause for all those educators, past and present, and most especially our Buckingham staff. And now, on to our graduates. Traditionally, the commencement ceremony is the culminating event of the school year, and typically the speeches that are part of the ceremony follow a familiar formula. If the speech is from an adult like me, it should be 1, short, because no one is here for me, and 2, focused on advice for success on the next steps of your life journey. I had the privilege of writing my first commencement address last year for the class of 2019. As a demonstration of just how memorable and unique your class of 2020 is, I was actually thinking about what advice would be most appropriate to give you. So I was actually writing the speech for you guys last May. And the reason I was already thinking about this is because the class of 2020 is such an exceptional class. When you are giving someone advice, you're usually trying to address some area for growth. And this class doesn't seem to have many of those. You are all so smart and also so kind, a rarity today, and so fun and playful. I could go on, but this is supposed to be short. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way about you. Whenever our staff talked about the ups and downs of the 2020 school year, we all expressed just how heartbreaking it was that this pandemic had to disrupt this particular class's senior year. Not that we would wish this year on anyone, but many said, why this class? This class that is so amazing and so wonderful. I've heard this countless times. It has been all the more heartbreaking, and I'm just so sorry for all the things that you have missed this year. You all deserve far better. So the advice I thought of for your class this last year was inspired by a quotation from the writer Neil Gaiman. His life advice was this: I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you are making mistakes, then you are making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing the world. Make new mistakes, make glorious, amazing mistakes. Don't freeze, don't stop, don't worry that it isn't good enough or isn't perfect enough, whatever it is. The reason I thought this quotation was appropriate is because you are all so smart and so talented and so hardworking that you generally don't make mistakes, and things usually work out as you planned. And in general, being talented and working hard is a recipe for success under most circumstances. And then 2020 happened, and talk about a crash course in things not going as perfectly as planned. And you know what makes me the most proud about this school year? Of all you seniors, did exactly what Mr. Gaiman was recommending. When the school year physically closed early this year, cutting your senior year short, do you know how many emails or phone calls I received from you seniors complaining about it? Not one. Not one complaining how unfair it was that you weren't going to be able to do all the traditional rites of passages for seniors. And you had every right to complain. Instead, you didn't freeze, you didn't stop, and you didn't worry. You kept going and learning and growing, and that is a far more valuable lesson to learn than anything else you could have learned in your classes for the rest of this year. As you continue on in your journey past high school, you will be again faced with circumstances that no amount of talent or hard work will change. When that happens, if you remember what you learned this year, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. On behalf of the Buckingham staff, thank you for letting us be a part of your remarkable lives. Please come back and visit and tell us about all the wonderful things you do out in the world, even about those amazing, glorious mistakes you made along the way. Once again, congratulations, graduating night of 2020. We all love you so much. Thank you.
Dear Buckingham students, parents, teachers, and staff, if you told me a year ago that our high school would be considering a virtual graduation, I simply would not have believed you. In the face of a global pandemic, however, the graduating class of 2020 quickly became the class of COVID-19. Everything changed as abruptly as the novel coronavirus began, turning our final semester of high school on its head and moving milestone moments further away from reality. Gone are the days of Coach Curry leading PE outside and listening to Razor Love every morning with Mr. Price. Instead, we are making do with Zoom calls and new forms of distant learning. At a time where frustration and uncertainty resonates with students around the world, I offer a hopeful reminder. It is not the obstacles we face, but rather how we react to them that defines us as a class. The class of 2020 will be remembered for its resilience, strength, and unity in the face of adversity. Never before has our sense of community been so strong. We have adjusted to laugh and learn with each other from the safety of our homes, to embrace virtual connections and celebrate our achievements together. We have built bonds and made memories that will last a lifetime. Yes, our time on campus has been cut short. However, in no way does this make the moments we spent together any less significant. Quite the opposite, actually. If nothing else, this crisis has instilled in us the importance of never taking things for granted, to make the most of every moment and rejoice in the moments we all share. Even when the pandemic is long over, the class of 2020 will remember this time of social isolation and appreciate every day of life. We will laugh a little louder, hug a little harder, and be kinder to others. Thank you to the teachers, staff, and administration of Buckingham Charter Magnet High School for devoting so much of your time to helping us learn and grow. You are the life of our schools and communities, and we can only hope to have brought as much joy to you as you have to us. Thank you to our parents and guardians, brothers and sisters, and extended family for being loving support systems throughout our lives. You are our rock, especially in times like these. Lastly, I'd like to thank the class of 2020 for making these past 4 years so memorable. You each hold a special place in my heart, and I'm beyond proud to be a member of this graduating class. I hope you all feel the same. 4 years ago, we walked the halls as timid freshmen. Now we depart as young men and women ready for our next adventures. So here we go, full steam ahead into uncharted territory together through it all. Thank you and congratulations, Buckingham Charter Magnet High School, class of 2020.
Good morning, everyone. In case you do not know who I am, my name is Courtney Amata, and I would say it's great seeing you all today, but even though I cannot physically see you right now, I want to thank you all for joining us. I believe we can all agree that this is not the graduation that any single one of us could have ever anticipated or imagined. Personally, I grew up homeschooled, so this is slightly familiar territory for me. But in all honesty, we are in uncharted territory as our future as graduates, along with the rest of the world, is uncertain. We are faced with the uncertainty of whether or not our loved ones will get to see us walk across the stage, in person that is, as we take our first step into adulthood. Although it breaks my heart to say, as the class of 2020, we lost the chance of seeing our friends, acquaintances, and peers one last time while hearing the bell ring on our last day of high school. We lost the opportunity to have our friends sign our yearbook for the last time. We lost our senior prom and the memory of Congratulations by Post Malone blaring while we danced with our classmates to our senior song one last time. To add, we lost the chance to stand together without the looming thought of keeping our distance as we move our tassels from right to left to signify our movement from students to graduates. Overall, we lost these last few months of high school that we all looked forward to due to the current circumstances facing our world. It is upsetting, unfortunate, and unfair. That alliteration was for you, Mr. Price, by the way. However, what we can learn from this time is that loss teaches us gratitude. It teaches us to appreciate the value of a moment before it is gone and makes us eager for the new memories to come. I have talked a lot about the things we lost, but now I want to share a few things I've learned from these past 4 years. To start, high school taught me accountability, not only to my teachers and peers, but to myself and my goals. I also learned to be grateful for the small novelties, like having to wake up every single morning for school because they can be taken away in an instant. On a lighter note, I learned the hard way to never talk during Razor Love, to never question that Mr. Rowe is a very big deal, and to never doubt that there is an essential oil for any problem you may have. There are so many more lessons that I can mention, but as for me and my fellow classmates, here are 3 things we should remember as we move on to our future endeavors. Number 1, find your passion in life and pursue your ambitions despite what anyone has to say. Number 2, never be afraid of failure, be afraid to live a life full of regret. And number 3, cherish every single moment along the way because nothing in life is guaranteed. So to the class of 2020, I know everyone has informed us that our class will go down in the history books. But as for us, as Knights, we are the last class to say we graduated from, and I quote, Buckingham Charter Magnet High School, and the last class to say we graduated from our infamous parking lot campus. While it might be a time of significant change, one thing will always stay the same. At Buckingham, we are a community. Especially now, the importance of banding together is essential. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. So as this new chapter of our lives begin, I hope you all remember we write our own futures. We write them through our choices, our words, and our actions. So to the class of 2020, it is my pleasure to say good luck, well done, and congratulations.
I heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me. You'll be with me. Like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blamed me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a stream that meets a boulder, who can say I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you,
the same, but I hope that was okay. Love you.
My name is Angie Deards, and I teach Spanish psychology and service learning at Buckingham Charter Magnet High School. It's my privilege today to present the Judith Cook Community Service Award to a student who I've had the pleasure of having in all 3 of the subjects. This student has such an accomplished resume that when I was working with him in service learning, I had to ask him to cut it down, because he has already done so much community service in his short lifespan that it fills more than 2 pages. He has been giving of himself since as early as 2012, and he continues to give of himself. He embodies what would be a servant's heart, and he not only participates in things outside of school, but he also gives his all to everything in school. Therefore, it is my pleasure to recognize Eddie Fabi as this year's recipient of the Judith Cook Community Service Award.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Rowe, and I have the honor of presenting the Academic Achievement Award. This goes to the student who has demonstrated a passion and drive towards excellence in their education, demonstrated by, but not limited to, GPA and test scores. And with the classes I teach, I often get to see students come in as freshmen, and then, depending on how they progress through math, I maybe get to see them again as juniors and seniors. And that was true for this student. I had him in my Integrated Math 2 class as a freshman, and I could tell right away that this class was just too easy for him. And later, he did pre-calculus in the summer, so that he was able to join my AP Calculus class as a junior, where he just excelled. Students know that in my class, I give out Robux, these silly little things that I give out when students catch me making a math mistake. Well, this student collected enough that he could start his own black market bank. I also remember one time I was teaching this concept, and I know I'm going to geek out a little bit about math here, but negative exponents is just this hard concept for students to grasp. They often struggle with it. What does it mean? They make a lot of mistakes with it. And as I'm explaining it, he just raises his hand and he says, I like to think of negative exponents the same way you think of positive exponents. Positive exponents are just repeated multiplication, and negative exponents are just repeated division. Now, it sounds simple, but for me, that was actually like an epiphany in my mind of how I was going to explain this to students from then on, and I still use it today, and it helps bring a pretty complicated subject down to something really simple, and I owe that to this student. He's also been a fundamental leader in our robotics program, which has grown immensely throughout the years he's been involved. Unfortunately, they were unable to compete this year, but I'm sure they would have done really well. But this student isn't just a math and robotics nerd. He's an academic superpower. With a 4.37 GPA, this guy crushes school like the Hulk. Seriously, AJ Clifford, you're an impressive student. You're one of the best I've ever seen. And I'm sure you're going to go on to accomplish great things. Congratulations. Good job.
Good morning. My name is Kristen Gorey and I am the choir director at Buckingham High School. It is my honor to be here today to present Buckingham High School's Personal Achievement Award to a most deserving student. Each of us who have had this person in our class can attest to the growth of this young man over his high school career. And I know I speak for all of us when I say that we are extremely proud of Mark Velasquez. In reaching out to my coworkers to find out what they would like to acknowledge as some of Mark's biggest accomplishments, each had similar things to say. When he began his freshman year at Buckingham, Mark had a tendency to hide in the shadows, as many freshmen do. He would mostly keep to himself, content to listen to music on his headphones or play games on his phone off to the side of the room when there was free time, even when there were lively conversations taking place all around him. You see, it was the social aspect of connecting with his peers that was the biggest struggle throughout his years at Buckingham. Even as the majority of students eventually came out of their shell during their first or second year of high school, Mark was pretty content to keep to himself. This was not because he was shy, but because Mark has little patience with random small talk. However, over the last couple of years, and specifically during his senior year, the social aspect of school and life in general began to be something Mark was obviously working on. A couple of things that I truly believe helped the process was his involvement in choir and theater classes, both of which he has been involved with since his freshman year. These classes are such that you are required to work as a team. Of course, there is an individual element to each, inasmuch as each person has to learn and perform their part well in order to contribute to the good of the whole. But there is a strong team element that is created as each individual gives themselves over to this process of creating something that is much bigger than one person is able to accomplish on their own. As Mark continually gave himself over to this process, it slowly began to draw out the part of him that he has struggled with the most, socializing with his peers. Throughout the past 4 years, Mark participated in every school musical. This year, he conquered the major role of Thing in the Addams Family and did an exceptional job. During rehearsals, Miss Wright said she caught him being much more social than in years past. I have also witnessed Mark on numerous occasions this year conversing with his peers during breaks in choir rehearsal. He has definitely become more comfortable hanging out and chatting with his peers than ever before. One of the most fond memories I have of Mark this year was in March, during the couple of weeks right before the shutdown. It was approaching his birthday, and Mark continually requested to be called upon to be in the hot seat. This is one of our traditions in the choir and is a time when one person is brought to the front of the room, often on or around their birthday. They have to introduce themselves with 5 basic background questions, and then it's a bit of a free-for-all as the students in the class have the opportunity to ask that person a variety of questions in an attempt to just get to know one another better. On our last physical day together in class, Mark got his chance in the hot seat in honor of his birthday, and he was truly overjoyed. Not only has Mark overcome his reticence of having fun, random conversations with people and in groups, he has come to thrive in those situations. When asked about the things that inspire him or what he hopes to do one day, Mark shared his love for everything Pixar and even drew a fantastic, completely accurate rendering of Mike Wazowski on the whiteboard. This gained him a huge round of applause from everyone in the room, which in turn brought a brilliant smile to Mark's face. Drawing is definitely one of Mark's passions, as relayed by Mr. Christensen, Mark's economics teacher. Mr. Christensen said that Mark has an amazing ability to read something and recreate the whole story in a detailed cartoon drawing. Mrs. Acevedo, Mark's math teacher, also mentioned that she enjoyed having him as a student and that she can't wait to see where he goes with his creativity. She also mentioned that Mark is so friendly, kind, and always willing to help. Ms. Wright echoes this sentiment, saying that Mark is kind, generous, and genuinely caring, and that there isn't anything he wouldn't do for his classmates and his teachers. Not only has Mark shown this talent for drawing, but he is also quite the sculptor as well. His craftsmanship and attention to detail are truly visionary, as he creates life out of an inanimate object. This is a young man who is going places, to be sure. The growth in Mark, especially over this past year, was not only noted by his teachers, but also by his classmates. I have seen this firsthand as Mark was nominated for one of our annual choir awards this year in our mixed choir. Here are some of the things that Mark's classmates had to say about him. Mark always works hard during class and at concerts. If I ever had a question, I knew I could go to Mark and ask. Mark has always been a positive and encouraging member of the tenor section. He is very knowledgeable with music and is very comedic and witty, especially when it comes to Disney or Pixar. Mark is someone who always tries and never gives up. He is willing to take charge when nobody else will. Mark has been a dedicated member of the choir for 4 years, and I appreciate his consistent, positive attitude and commitment to the choir. And the last one, he is just a friendly guy, and I love when he draws his Pixar characters on the whiteboard. He is clearly passionate about music and art, and it's inspiring. Buckingham was most definitely the perfect school for Mark, and although we would love to take credit for his growth, we believe that he is the one who harnessed and honed his skills through hard work and perseverance. He is an example of what hard work, motivation, and courage can do. It is for this reason that we recognize Mark with the Personal Achievement Award. We are so proud of you, Mark, and cannot wait to see where this next chapter of life leads. Congratulations to you.
Good morning. I'm Miss Wright, Theater Arts and English, Buckingham Charter Magnet High School, and it is my honor to present the Elise P. Buckingham Award. And congratulations to the class of 2020. On the front page of the Buckingham website, you can read about the history of Elise P. Buckingham. An extraordinarily dynamic woman, our school is named. She is described as smart, outspoken, exceptional businesswoman with obvious, outstanding qualities for her time. Her outspoken views received good press from the time of her arrival in Vacaville, 1884. Some of her accomplishments including women and immigrants becoming great business professionals and accomplished entrepreneurs. Every year we recognize one outstanding graduating senior who embodies those same qualities. This year's Elise B. Buckingham Award recipient goes to the dynamic and outspoken Shayla Davis. Shayla has profoundly and positively impacted our school since the first day of her arrival as a freshman. Teachers, staff, and students look to her innovative ideas and positive energy. She has helped arrange many of our school rallies, events, and most recently that affected me personally. She was involved in a breast cancer awareness rally to honor me and my battle with this horrible disease. Shayla, along with my theater class and the leadership team, not only honored me and my battle, but brought much needed awareness to this horrific disease. Another recent event Shayla helped with was Black History Month. She and a group of highly motivated, dynamic student leaders started a Black Student Union. They presented an assembly that included cultural dance, film, and we marched around the campus chanting peaceful messages about ending racism. This has never been done before in the history of Buckingham, but I'm pretty sure we will continue this important tradition from now on. I know many people have been touched by Shayla's scholarship, leadership, and tenacity, but I am compelled to tell you a story that many will never forget. She and my creative team produced Addams Family the musical this year. She wanted to learn to direct, so I let her work with the actors on characterization and stage a few scenes in the first act. We were pretty impressed. She did that while I worked with a massive cast of 40 students. It's a bit like herding cats. Then I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I needed surgery and chemotherapy. Sheila did not miss a beat. She took over as the director and literally launched a cast of 40 students in what will be a musical to be remembered. It was phenomenal. Many people help with the musical, as you can probably imagine, but it takes one strong leader to pull everyone together, and she was that leader. Some of the students said to me, "All the shows have been great, Miss Wright, but this show was different. We made friends. We made lifetime friends." Shayla had a way of pulling us together when we really needed it. When I returned to school weeks later, the show was actually better than I imagined. The school has been changed forever with her keen leadership and newly formed Black Student Union, and musical theater will never be the same. We are forever changed for the better. I want to read really quickly what your other teachers said about you, Shayla. Miss Pillow writes, as a teacher, it is rare to be impressed with a student when they are just starting high school as a freshman, but I was impressed with Shayla from the start. Even as a freshman, she was mature, responsible, creative, and consistently demonstrated exemplary work ethic. Those traits have only grown throughout her 4 years at Buckingham. She is a pillar of academic excellence, an example of good character, and has a positive social impact on our school. Shayla's the perfect person for the Elise P. Buckingham Award. Miss Adcock says, I have taught Shayla all 4 years at Buckingham, and in her 4 years, she has contributed much to the community of Buckingham. And I can't think of anyone who deserves this award more. She has served as a member of our student leadership for the last 3 years and the outreach commissioner for 2. This is one area where she contributed so much to our school. She helps run all of our community outreach events, including helping me start participating in the Festival of Lights. I have been fortunate to work with such an amazing student leader. She has been instrumental in the functioning of our leadership class, and I wouldn't have been able to do so many things without her. I have no doubts that she will be successful in whatever she chooses to do, and that she will be an amazing leader throughout her life. I concur with that. And from all of your teachers and all the staff at Buckingham, congratulations, Shayla.
Hey, Miss E just called me, said you got to come outside. You got to do the award for Kaylee Tennyson for personal achievement.
Kaylee Tennyson?
Right now, let's do this.
Achievement? Dude! Oh my God, we should make a TikTok.
This is the TikTok right now. Let's do the TikTok.
I'm in my pants. She was my TikTok mentor. She's gonna love this, dude. We got just 59 seconds to do it.
Yes, I know. We've already used the 20. Let's go. This where that. I got the podium-mobile out here. We're all ready to go. Let's go.
Podium-mobile?
Let's just go.
Let's do this. There's so much to say about Kaylee. 59 seconds.
It's fine. Just get up there.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. This is for Kaylee Tennyson. Oh my God. All right, okay, stop the shtick for a second. Let's do this. Let's do this legit. Well, hey, Buckingham graduating class of 2020. It's good to see you guys. I miss you. How's everybody doing? I am here to present the Personal Achievement Award to Kaylee Tennyson. There's nobody I would rather be presenting an award to right now. I don't know what you guys know about Kaylee's situation or how much I should share with you, but I will tell you this. To put it simply, Kaylee was born with half a heart. She's had multiple open heart surgeries throughout her life, and for somebody that was born with half a heart, Kaylee Tennyson is all heart, you guys. And if you know Kaylee, you know that's true. She puts everything she has into everything she does, and she expects nothing but the best from herself. So she's a student that you would expect to live in fear because of this heart condition, but she lives her life fearlessly, and I want all of you, class of 2020, to do the same and look up to Kaylee as a role model for the rest of your life, really. With that in mind, I've made a little donation for Kaylee to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Kaylee has been involved with Make-A-Wish for a long time. You've probably heard that they hooked her up so that she could see Taylor Swift and got a big hug from Taylor Swift. Because of that, Kaylee has supported Make-A-Wish her whole life. She has done a tremendous amount of work, volunteer work, to help Make-A-Wish. And if you would like to recognize Kaylee, go to wish.org and make a donation in her name and help her celebrate this personal achievement by doing what she would do, which is help others. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I got faith in you guys. Get out there and get it.
actually really fucking spicy.
Hey, did anyone arrive while I was away? I saw an SUV on the other side of the Halloween parade. Hey, did anything slick back while I was away? You know I've got a lot of time to amble and pontificate. Get in it, we got a horse to tame, let's win it. By the times of old Geronimo, we've got a war to finish. Get in it, there's nothing else to do. Let me kill a bit of time with you. Everybody come and get this tea. We're gonna see which of you gets the chance to dance with me. Endlessly. It's just another point of view, and that's okay. Everybody dance the night away. Let's win it. By the times of old Geronimo, we've got a war to finish. Get in it, there's nothing else to do. Let me kill a bit of time with you.
Hey, Cowpow!
no. I like this room.
That was...
Where the money at? Where's the home?
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
To the class of 2020, high school's a lot like toilet paper. You only miss it when it's gone. But seriously, there's no good words for what you've lost. In school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test, but in life, you're usually given a test that comes with a big lesson. You've gone through more life in 3 months than most go through before they're 30. You've learned so much and seen so much. Stand for what you believe in as you go out into the world, and you'll be able to handle whatever comes your way. Leave the world more interesting and better than you found it. Be brave, be bold, and dream big. Congratulations, class of 2020. Blessings to you all.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm very proud of you. And Abraham Lincoln said, the best way to predict your future is to create it.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. My name is Michael Silva, and I'm on the back of the school board. That diploma that you have earned is much more than some ink on a piece of paper. That diploma represents a key that can open endless opportunities that exist throughout this country and throughout the globe. There are two types of people in this world. There are those who know what it was like and those that wish they knew what it was like. It's up to you to decide which one you want to be. Congrats.
Greetings, class of 2020. This awkward and weird moment is yours. Even though you're not walking today, you will have the most memorable graduation of any class ever. I hope that you can enjoy the uniqueness of the moment. Everyone will remember what happened to the class of 2020. You'll have stories to tell at cocktail parties. Good luck going out into this unpredictable world. Make your life worthwhile to you and others.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. You made it. You've endured wildfires and smoke days and power outages and now COVID-19. And you've done it with an inner strength, with perseverance, and with grace. You are an inspiration not only to those of us around you, but no doubt to future classes to come. You have demonstrated the ability to persevere even through the most difficult of circumstances. So congratulations, class of 2020. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to, and you've proven that by graduating even in the midst of everything that's going on with COVID-19. Thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations on a job well done, 2020. So proud of every one of you. I know we're missing out on the traditions, but I just want you to walk away and remember you are making history, and each one of you is a world changer, and I am beyond proud of your hard work. Congratulations, guys.
Hey there, Buckingham class of 2020. We just wanted to say that we are super proud of you for hanging in there and pushing through during what has been a really crazy time in all of our lives. You will always hold a very special place in our hearts, and I just want to say thank you for how much you mean to me.
Yeah, my mom used to always tell me that times like these were good for our character, and I never believed her. So you don't have to believe me either, but this will be good for your character someday. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020 on behalf of the Vacaville Air Force Recruiting Office. You all have overcome some amazing obstacles this year, and you should be extremely proud of yourselves. Again, congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it!
Congratulations, Buckingham Charter.
Class of 2020!
Congratulations! Woo!
Congratulations to the Buckingham class of 2020.
All the way from Seattle.
Well, we are here today, May 22nd, 2020, but we are here to congratulate our graduates, class of 2020.
Hello, Buckingham graduates. Congratulations. I'm Jane Shamia. I'm the superintendent of the Vacaville Unified School District. First of all, I'm really sorry I'm not seeing you all in person. I know this is not the way you wanted your graduation to happen. None of us wanted it this way, and I miss seeing all of you, the ceremony, seeing your faces and your family, but I'm hoping that in a few months we will be able to do that. Secondly, I know this is not the way you want to go out on your senior year, but you may not realize that today, but you've become stronger from this experience. Sometimes you go through things and you don't realize the strength that you built up, and sometimes it sounds like a cliche, but you'll see, you'll look back on this year and realize that you came through the other side earning a diploma, and it took a lot of strength and perseverance. So congratulations for that. And now I get to make this official. As superintendent of the Vacaville Unified School District, I hereby certify that these graduates have met the rigorous set of requirements set forth by the state of California and the Vacaville Unified School District. They are therefore eligible to receive their diploma. Congratulations, class of 2020.
So now we turn our tassels.
Virtual graduators, I'm Shawn, and I'm graduating from Buckingham Charter Magnet High School.
Brenna Aveling, Finn Ackerman, Caleb Alvarez, Jason Ariano Garcia, Mariel Batista, Jennifer Becerra, Shawn Windham, Jersey Bingaman, Jordan Bingaman, Anna Grace Bleak, Skylar Borges, Ginger Bradenthal, Eleni Brummer, Drew Bunting, Gabriel Burns, Soraya Carson, Naomi Carter, Maria Cervantes Mejia, Michael Chancellor, Bailey Chapin, Sean Cheatham, Shane Clark, AJ Clifford, Joshua Klein, Olivia Crooks, Lucia Erlin Cruz, Jace Currington, Shayla Davis, Caitlin Davis Kilhorn, Elizabeth Deers, Benjamin Delgado, Trevor DiMatteo, Ashlyn Duncan, Brianna Dutton, Edward Christopher Bobby, Matt Rafael Hamilcano, Patrick Fletcher, Andrew Vogel, Allison Breckman, Joseph Galvin, Trinity Grace Andanar Garrido, Sebastian Gibson, Olivia Godinez, Sophia Gomez, Mason Hall, Nikolai Leo Unique Hanna, Emily Hansen, Nicholas Hansen, Luna Hernandez, Samuel Hodrick, Ashley Oran, Jason Wynn, Ava Himowitz, Hatcher Hara, Gabriel Dominic Katapunen, Patrick Corey, Blake Kleinman, Sierra Coop,
Jacob Lambert, Sophia Lander, Hannah Lee, Keiko Lee, Nina Lewis, Naya Lewis, Jade Lopes, Julia Patricia Lopez, Garrett Louie, Alexander Makimoto, Lindsay Mullaney, Danielle Mamaril, Elijah McAllister, Bethany McCoy, Sierra McRae, Matthew Mendez, Mark Meyer, Jeremiah Mitchell, Thiago Morales Zapata, Brianna Morger, Jake Murray, Lucas Navarro, Kyle Nelson, Crystal Nesbitt,
Sean O'Bray,
Clarice Ocampo, Cecilia Ochoa, Michael Oliva Groves, Rachel Parsons, Nicole Paulson, Madison Pedersen, Giovanna Pitts, Jordan Reed, Jacob Rome, Sloan Richardson, Jacob Riley, Caitlin Rodriguez, Samantha Rush, Dylan Sandbeck, Madeline Seifert, Camry Smith, Ashanti Sterling, Zoe Strickland, Andre Tan, Kaylee Tennyson, Elisa Torres, Emma Torres, Marisol Torres, Alexis Turner, Michaela Turner Sweeney, Evan Twyford, Christian Emmanuel Velasquez, Mark Velasquez, Andrew Wahlberg, Ashley Walker, Amelia Catherine Weiss, Josiah West, Brittany White, Erica White, Hannah White Knight Patterson, Malia Williams, Tatum Wurzbach, Courtney Yamada, Django Irigoyen, Michael Zaldivar.